Hello, 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 hello. I was really fighting with my PC trying to get this to freaking work, this freaking demo for called OBSCURA. So on my fun time itch.io nights, I saw this one a long time ago and I was like, ooh, this looks interesting. I hadn't played it, I hadn't really read up on it before, so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna play it. I feel like Touchstar was pretty well enjoyed. Hopefully. So once again, dyslexic woman reading. I'll try my best. As I was like, oh wait, one thing I did not test out was this. Oh. Hey. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that totally freaking stinks. Hold on, wait. I should have done this. Not here. There we go, I like that better anyways. Okay. Let's get freaking going. As I was saying, there's an open dyslexic font option. Will this help me read? It might. No, I could not hear the music. Okay. Okay, here we go. But yeah, so this game comes out in chapters, so I guess it's on chapter 2. Don't know. We're trying something different. And we're gonna go into it. Let's go. What's your safe word? Hold on, brother. Wait. Pumpkin? Okay, Dougal will be my name. Safe word. I'll keep it as pumpkin, I guess. Just let me remember that. Okay. If you ever need or want to pause gameplay, you can press the safe word button in the top right of the corner. This pauses the game and takes you to the safe word menu. That's kind of funny. That's cute. Okay. The X key will also take you directly to the safe word menu during gameplay. Leaving the safe word menu will take you back to the game. The safe word button is hidden by default, but can always be seen by mousing over the top right corner of your window. I see pumpkin. Window. It can be made always visible in preferences menu. Please enjoy OBSCURA. No one goes into the mountain without a reason. Purpose of business. Buying. No one takes their past into the mountain. How are you going to pay? Some funds. Some work. Good luck with that. Everyone knows what it means when you go. No one says anything about it. I feel like this font is actually making me read better, but maybe it's just a mind game. Give me your bags. The guard looks through my things with perfect efficiency. Bored, they start asking me questions. What are you going to be called down there? Oh. Miss She-Her. Oh. Dougal. Dougal. Good choice. You have a mask, Miss Dougal? No one will sell me one. Not a problem. Here, if you're buying or selling. The gate guard waves to the masks hanging around the entrance, perhaps once worn by other visitors. The masks are an old custom, plausible deniability. We're all faceless strangers under the mountain. Pick your poison. Oh, okay. We got little inscriptions. The charcoal-colored one with worn lace and gold trim. The cream-colored one with flowery details painted across the left side. The burgundy-colored one with swirling... I like the idea of a flowery one. I take a mask off the wall and fit it to my face. It weighs on my head, but my mind feels lighter. I see my reflection in the mirror. The people under the mountain have beautiful taste. I hand the gate guard the money owed. Welcome to the marketplace. They step aside, allowing me passage into the tunnel in the side of the mountain. I begin my descent. At first, I have to wonder if I have been tricked in some way. The passage grows narrow, the air stale, and the path uneven. I am walking by the last feeble threads of light that reach this deep. But then I see something, a shimmering pale blue from around a corner. I fight through the narrowing walls until I am able to turn the corner. The passage suddenly widens, then it opens. I step from the passage into the cavern. It is so massive I can hardly see the end of it. The marketplace. There are several masked people who were nope, it's not helping. Who were seated or leaning against the walls around this little entryway, and now they are approaching me. Welcome, newcomer. A fresh face. Someone new could use a guide, couldn't they? Hucksters, or perhaps petty thieves looking for an easy mark. My valuables are kept under my heavy robe, safe from pickpockets. I still myself and march forward past the strangers. There is no logic to this place. A fishmonger selling dried and salted fish sits next to the bookseller with stacks of forbidden tomes. A fungus man and birdkeeper are bickering. If they weren't obvious scams, I could have taken one of the offers for a guide and saved myself some time. At first, I glance at each stall in turn. Out here, nearest the entry tunnel, all of the stalls are selling simple amenities, golly, or cheap thrills. The sorts of things a departing traveler might want to have when they ascend, not what I'm looking for. It's not here. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be. Asking one of the sellers, I get directions. The rough walls of the cavern shifting and trembling in unsteady candle and glowworm light. Golly. Slowly turning smooth where natural walls turn to human carved. Wait. I can go back. Natural walls turn to human carved. Okay, I did read that right. The ramshackle stalls turn to ramshackle buildings to painted and vanished walls. Varnished. Was that varnished? Yep, varnished. Yep, good job. The quality of good on sale is improving as well. The cheap basics are behind me. Ahead are the rare, the luxurious, and the illicit. The real reason anyone comes here. Seeing the sign for an apothecary, an easily recognizable serpent coiling around a staff, I slip inside. Welcome. The shopkeeper is masked, of course, but that is not what grabs my attention. The din of hundreds of voices selling and buying and negotiating in echo caves is muffled, but not by much. That is because while the apothecary has 4 walls, there is no roof over the store. Newcomer, huh? What? You must be a fresh arrival. And why do you say that? You're staring where the ceiling should be. I suppose in a city with no sun or rain, roofs are unnecessary. Only thing a roof keeps out in this marketplace is thieves. A common weather pattern here? Far too common. I make an effort to examine the apothecary's mask. It's plainer even than mine. Perhaps he is frugal, or perhaps he is poor by the standards of the marketplace. Well, you weren't driven here by the weather. What do you need? I'm looking for lunar I resist the urge to explain my circumstances to the shopkeeper. No matter how meaningless or petty they seem, my secrets are one of the few resources I have in these depths. You have expensive taste or terrible luck. What I don't have is a lunar... Is that... Is that something you can remedy, apothecary? No. If money is a concern, I can make arrangements. It's not the money. I could never afford to stock in damnable... Dude. Icor? I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to sound stupid. I could never afford to stock that damnable Icor. Even if I could, I doubt I would be able to stomach it. The rumors were true then. That is unfortunate. Where does one go then to find the damnable Icor? Icor. I got it. That's smuggler dens, the vaults of the lords of the market, or perhaps you could take a knife to the lunar god. Failing that, the auction house may provide its largest house this side of the ruby walls. It even has a roof. The apothecary cannot see my smile, but I hope he can hear it. I thank you for your timely advice, sir. Save your thanks for the lunar god. It'll be a miracle if you get to the Icor. I take my leave of the shop. The noise rises again from loud to deafening. There are tunnels and additional caverns in all directions, but I continue the way I was going. If the walls are getting smoother and the buildings more beautiful, then I am approaching the richest part of the market. It stands to the reason that is where the auction house will be. Pax, why did you just flop on the ground like that? Pezzy, what are you doing? What are you doing behind a chair? Come here. Pax, come here. What are you doing behind the chairs? What are you doing? What are you doing behind a chair? Lay down right here. You gonna go underneath the desk? Okay. Okay. Keeping my eyes up, it takes no time to find the auction house. It is as the apothecary said, the largest house this side of the ruby walls. There are long chains of glowworms draped over the promised ridged roof that dangle and sway as the air shifts in the cavern. The building itself is deep, garnet red with gilded trim. Message received. You're very wealthy, whoever built this. The doors, covered in tiny engravings impossible to interpret in the dim lights, are wide open. Bright lamplight pours out into the street. People are freely milling in and out, and so I slip inside. I am underdressed for the duel. I am underdressed for the occasion, but neither of the guards standing at the doors move to stop me. The sound of the outside suddenly dims, and I have to blink against the comparative brightness. I can hear my own muffled footsteps as I cross the floor deeper into the auction house. The whispered conversations through the mask make a thin fog of sound compared to the din outside. The signs are in a language I do not recognize, but I can make some educated guesses. The ornate double doors standing locked and guarded must lead to the actual auction hall. There is a short, uncarpeted hall with gleaming, polished floors lined with several doors. After a second, I see a giggling pair exit one of the rooms and straighten their clothes. What y'all doing in here? That explains that then. There is one door that is a little more than a window on hinges, left open. I peer inside for a second, only to see an ordinary office. Come in. The stranger sitting behind the desk waves to me, and so I step inside. Pardon me, I didn't mean to intrude. You can't intrude on the bookkeeper. I must always be available. He must be? How else could anyone check to ensure I am not meddling in the books? Does it really come to that? Well, I have no such concerns. A buyer, are you? Couldn't I simply be a browser? You really believe someone would come to the marketplace, to the auction house, just looking to see what they could find? I suppose someone must have in all of history. Well, if that's the scale you're measuring by, you, however, are not here to browse. No, I'm not. You're right. I am here to buy. Shall I show you the catalog for the next auction? I would appreciate it. The bookkeeper stands and hands me a sizable booklet. Do not damage it. Do not leave it here. Do not leave here with it. They open a drawer to their desk and hold up a knife. It's a little thing, but I have no doubt they could kill me with it. Then they sit again and resume their work. I flip through the book. There are objects of unimaginable value, works of art by artists even I know by name, an exquisite jeweled tiara fit for any princess, the deed to the country manner of the surface. Then there are wonders Then there are the wonders I could have never dreamt of. The bird wreathed in flames that never burns, the still beating bloodstone heart of some rock of nymph, a potion of clear vision. I flip a page and am met with the miserable exposed face of a young adult. Their posture is low and defeated, but they are beautiful. The text informs me that whatever is paid in the auction will be sent to their family within the mountain. Surely not. I flip the page again and there are no other people in the catalog, but one is enough to turn my stomach. Thank you, bookkeeper. Finished already? What I want isn't in here, or is it in there? And what is it you want? I'll check the history and see when it was last sold. I bite my tongue for a moment. The lunar ichor. Now, lucky one, aren't you? I couldn't say if you would, bookkeeper. They shuffle through their notebook. I try to read the text, but it is nearly impossible to interpret their faint pencil scratchings. More bad luck to heap on your pile. I'm afraid the last sale was 3 months back. It's unlikely we'll get another sale for months yet, unless someone new comes with a stock. It couldn't be easy, could it? And what was that final price for it? For a lot of 12? The number they tell me is stomach-dropping. I could not gather those funds in a lifetime, even divided 12 ways. The price for a single vial is well beyond my means. My life savings weigh heavily in the coin purse under my robe. Dead weight, it seems. By your silence, I guess you don't have the money. Thank you for your time. See ya. I try to keep my voice neutral. When I leave the auction house, I momentarily lose my sight and hearing as I adjust again to the dim, echoing cavern. I don't notice the direction my feet are taking me. My hopes for a quick visit to the marketplace have been thoroughly dashed. Now I have to determine what to do. Wait, these are timed. We ain't giving up. Dougal ain't giving up. Dougal is not a quitter. I cannot allow myself to give in to difficult circumstances. If I give up on getting the lunar ichor, I might as well throw myself off the mountain. For now, I need a place to stay. My feet ache from the climb up the mountain, and my spirit is draining away in these cramped, noisy conditions. I stop by the stall and ask directions for the decent inn, rest stop, public house, anything. Following the direction through a short tunnel, I wander through a quieter district of the marketplace. Their quiet is relative. The guest house is a challenge to find, though I hesitate to call the ground down walking paths road. There are rest houses lining them on either side. The Leaping Bear. The guest house recommended to me is nothing remarkable. The building has a roof, but the building itself is made of raw wood. The brass doorknob is smooth under my hand, polished by the thousands of guests who come and go. Inside, the atmosphere is boisterous, but on the scale of a handful of people singing and drinking song, the chaos outside is already muffled and distant. Welcome. The woman who approaches has her face fully covered in bear mask, but her neckline is untied and exposed. I wonder who she works for. Hello, I was told this is a good establishment to stay the night. You were told right. Except the part about night. There's no real difference between night and day. Plenty of folks are up for all hours of the day, as you do, just sleeping when they're retired and forgetting the sun ever existed. I see. The Mermass woman has me sign into the guest book and pay for the night. You have the room for 24 hours. If you're staying longer, I expect you here to pay for more time. If you don't, you might find all your things at the moon shrine. All right. I'll remember, thank you. And you'll be needing these. She hands me a dull metal medallion on a leather string and a key. Dear Rufus, over there. She gestures to the mountain of a man, also a bareback, standing by the door. Make sure only guests go to the rooms that the medallion proves you're the guest. Don't lose it. Or else I'll find my things at the moon shrine. Pick up quickly. You do. You pick up quickly, you do. Jeez. Seems like an important skill to have here. Quite right. She gets back to her business, so I approach the mountain of a man guarding the door to the rooms. Hello, Rufus. I held up the medallion and wait. I'm not about to rush a man with a bat, especially one as bloodstained as his is. Then he nods, and I am granted passage. He watches me go to my assigned room. I suppose it's a good measure to prevent theft, but then so is bloodstained bat. Yep. Sleep doesn't come easily at first. How can I risk sleeping in the marketplace? But it does come for me. In the metaphorical cold light of morning, I see the sense in my choice last night. I cannot leave the marketplace without lunar ichor, thus staying is my only real choice. I'm able to order something like breakfast from the Leaping Bear's kitchen, and then sit deep in thought staring at the bowl of porridge. Eating in this mask is a bit of a bother. I have to navigate the spoon around the mask. There's clasps, you know. I start at the sudden appearance of the... What? Feel along the side of the mask and there be pins of clasps holding the bottom part. I do as you said and find little clasps holding the two parts of the mask together. Well, I feel like a proper fool. It already feels strange having my mouth exposed, like a funny kind of nudity. Newcomers are all a bit foolish. That's part of their charm. Thank you, I think. Just keep your wits about you. You'll live. You make it sound so dire. Well, you're here, aren't you? You're not wrong. No one comes here without good reason, I should think. What's yours? A personal matter. Buying or selling, that's all there is down here, after all. Buying something I might not be able to afford, it turns out. That won't narrow things down too much for her. Well, depends on how you try to buy things, doesn't it? Money will get you anywhere if you have enough of it, but there's other roads out there. What are you implying, Miss Ma'am? Is that something you know a lot about? I couldn't say. I only know what stories the guests bring in. She says it flippantly enough that there must be a story there, but I resist the urge to dig. Then I suppose my next job is to find what paths I can use. Thank you. Oh, not a problem. The master trouble everyone at first. You just ask for Bruna if you have any more problems. I'll be happy to help. All right, Bruna. Thanks. She sweeps away and handles another matter, and I'm left with far more productive thoughts. Money won't get me to the lunar ichor, but something else might. Influence, friendship, violence. My body, if it comes down to it. Anything. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, Dougal. Hey, Dougal. Dougal, we are not built like that. There's a lot to think about. Am I going to stay in the guest house for weeks or months? What possible ways are there to get the lunar ichor? Let's start with one foot in front of the other. Let's take a stroll. Over the next several days, I get to learn the layout of the marketplace. It's an ever ever-shifting rat's nests of stalls and passages and unmanaged pathways, but there are some fixed landmarks. I can navigate somewhat comfortably by those landmarks when they are visible. One evening, based on my own irrational clock, irrational, where did I even get that? Based on my own internal clock, the proprietress, of the Leaping Bear hints over a meal that as long as I'm well behaved, she will be willing to extend more generous long-term rates to me. I wasn't planning to misbehave, even less so with Rufus keeping an eye on me, and so that settles the matter of lodging for the moment. As for the lunar ichor, I am at a loss. It is rare, absurdly rare, and based on my reaction of those I speak to about it, some aspect of it is very taboo. Likely the condition it treats. I'm wandering one of the quieter passages, clearly natural by how uneven the ground is. It's mostly homes built on whatever smooth patch of stone the builder could find. But there is one that towers over the rest, a tall church with heavy oaken doors. Where normally I would expect to see golden 10 points solar sigil. Instead, there is more simplistic crescent-shaped one, the lunar sigil. I suppose the solar god isn't much help down here. I have seen the eerie blue-green light of glowworms and smoky gold of lanterns, but I have not seen the sun since I started my descent. Churches dedicated to the lunar god exist outside the mountain, but not in any significant numbers. The lunar god, the lunar ichor. It can't hurt to ask, could it? I'm not sure I believe that the lunar god must bleed for there to be a lunar ichor, but there is no harm in checking. Hey, stop! I halt my path instinctively, although after a moment I can see no one was speaking to me. Instead, there is a restless crowd gathering just down the tunnel, shouting and tussling. A few people in trillion masks, in what look like uniforms, are trying to push their way through. Looks like trouble. I'm not trying to get in trouble down here. Dougal's running. In my haste to escape the ruckus outside, I scramble towards the entrance. Then once I am certain that they aren't locked, I slip through the imposing massive oak doors. The carvings in the wood press into my palms, a surprising comfort grounding sensation. Then once the doors close, the changes in the atmosphere hits me. First is the smell, candle smoke, heavy incense, and cold crumbling stone. And then comes the solemn silence, the kind that reminds you of a place within these holy walls and an impressively tall ceiling. I'm finally alone, even for just a little while. I take that moment to release the breath I was holding and take in my surroundings. This is where the inhabitants of the underground come to worship the lunar god. It's also a reminder that I still haven't found any adequate leads in the ichor. When I take a couple of steps down the carpeted path between the aisles, I suddenly make out a figure behind the altar. They're wearing long robes. A priest, maybe? Excuse me, I call out, taking care to not raise my voice too loud. The person shuffles around and I see their mask too. Although this comes as to no surprise, it's an unfortunate realization. Even those in service of the lunar god aren't safe from the marketplace. As I approach, I notice the distinct glimmer of the golden brooch nestled between the folds of their clothes, proof of the holy devotion. Their entire appearance is refined and almost ethereal. A rich silken voice. It takes me off guard. Do my ears deceive me, or has another fight broken out? The priest stops a few from me, and from here I notice that their mask doesn't cover their mouth, which is set into a thin disapproving line. You're right. It's quite the scene outside. I pause. I was hoping I could lay low here for a while. I'm not one for brawls. My star, the church will always be a place of safety for those who need it. Please stay as long as you like. I was taught that all lunar priests call believers their stars, but it still makes me smile. Well, thank you, Father. A twitch of their lips. Dude, what is up with these... with these names? Like, I can't do it. Cause then I'm gonna say it wrong, and then I'm gonna feel like a dummy. Okay. Cirrus. Okay. Thank you. Cirrus. You need not to call me by those stuffy titles. A man's name, I had a feeling. I doubt it's the real one, as is the case with most people in the marketplace, but even a fake name speaks volumes about someone's personality. Would you like to light a candle while you're here? Huh? Sure, why not? Huh? I follow him towards the back of the church, past the initial altar, and stop in front of the statue. It towers over us, surrounded by row after row of marine blue candles, and the sight takes my breath away. A sea of light. I don't believe I've seen you around these parts before. Small talk. I light a match and watch the flame flicker softly as I bring it to the wick. The only rational thing to do is to answer the vague pleasantries to make sure I don't divulge important information. I'm far from being well-traveled. Think I might see the appeal now, though. Is that so? Despite not being able to see his eyes through the mask, I feel them on me. Cirrus makes no effort to follow up on his last comment, and the two of us fall into silence. You're a bit of a unusual priest, aren't you? His lips twitch, again forming into a polite smile. Would you care to elaborate? I like to keep my secrets. We're standing closer now, shoulders only slightly apart, as we watch the new flame sway in unison with the rest. There's such a strange comfort to it all. I could linger here for hours, soaking up the atmosphere. I'm curious about what it's like, being a priest, I mean. Demanding answers of me while you're not offering up your own. Behind my mask, I suppress a smile at his light prodding. God. Can't argue with that. Well, I understand your caution. The marketplace is by no means a safe environment. But if it's of any comfort, my star, I am bound to the lunar scriptures. It's my job to ensure that the visitors here feel safe and cared for. The words roll off his tongue with practiced ease. Oh yeah, something's definitely going on. But for the plot, because that's what we're here for, I'm gonna say I like the way he calls me his star. You're my superstar. Oh, my nose ring almost just fell out. Let me fix the other one while I'm at it. Okay. I know that's what you call everyone, but being called your star does make me feel a little special. It makes me feel a little special. Clearly Dougal can't read the room. My answer makes him pause for a bit. You are special. Everyone is their own way. If everyone is special, then that kind of defeats the purpose of the sentiment, doesn't it? I'm mouthing off for the sake of it at this point, funneling the day's frustrations into a banter. But Sirius doesn't mind. I feel his eyes on me again with increased intensity. Would you rather I say you're a bit more special than everybody else? His voice is laced with unexpected mirth, teasing me like an old friend would. Why, yes, that sounds a lot better. I think I ought to be heading back soon. Errands won't run themselves. Good luck with that, my star. What can I call you next time we meet? Next time, huh? Dougal. Sirius repeats it, testing the pronunciation. Then a smile spread across his lips. It suits you. Thanks. Picked it myself. Quite the mouthy one, aren't you? It's part of my endless charm. That it is. We bid each other a polite farewell, and before I know it, I'm alone in the streets again. Okay. Human sacrifices are happening in that church. I trudge through the market stalls, sweeping over any new available content. I've just realized that those are both spelled the same way. Wow, I got big brain! Any new available content as I have every single day since coming down here. The murky... God. I'm gonna save. Real quick before I, Murky-colored crystals vials filled with shimmering liquids, rare animal leathers. But nothing even remotely resembling the ichor catches my eye. The serenity that filled me at the church is instantly quashed. Instead, all I feel is dread. I've already been over this. Would Sirius know anything? It's worth asking, and it's the perfect excuse to head back to the church tomorrow. Until then, I keep walking, because that's all I can do to keep myself busy. At night, I toss and turn. Not even the inn's freshly cleaned sheets do anything to soothe my restlessness. Before I know it, it's the next day, and I've barely gotten a wink of sleep. Bruna stops by for the usual breakfast chatter, but my mind is elsewhere. All I want is answers. Eventually, I'm back at the doors of the lunar church. Something about them beckons me, a deep magnetism that draws me straight through the entrance without a second thought. There's a different incense wafting around today. It tickles my nose with notes of mahogany and velvet. I expect to see Sirius in the same spot as yesterday, but I find him farther in this time with a masked woman kneeling before him. Oh, okay, what's going on there? It takes me a moment to understand what's happening. The priest doesn't say a word. His stature is imposing and almost regal, practically towering over the other person. Completely different from yesterday. I can't really make out what he's saying, but she doesn't move, and eventually his hand finds its way to the top of her head. Perhaps he's blessing her? Ooh, I don't know. I wonder why the atmosphere is so heavy in here. Well, probably because we're walking in on something we're not supposed to, Dougal. Okay? I decide to hang back. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's not my place to interrupt whatever ritual may be going on. My eyes rove over the decor instead, specifically the paintings and the detailed scenes they depict. Massive oils on canvas, crackling with age at the edges. The larger one shows the two gods at opposing ends, dancing around the earth in harmony. Their arms reach out for one another as their endless rotations continue on until the collapse of the universe itself, unable to ever reunite. Well, alright. It's a little sad, yeah. Dougal. I didn't notice him approach. Sirius' tone is warm and comforting, and the smile right under his mask peeks out as usual. It's as though the ceremony from earlier never even happened. Hey, I'm back. Didn't want to disturb you back there. Back there? Oh. He tilts his head, lips stretching into a mysterious smile. Did I make you curious by any chance? About the ceremony? Yes. I mean, yeah, like I said before, we're here for the plot. We're going with, yeah. You both seem so serious. Don't think I've ever seen anything like it. There's a pleased rumble coming from his chest. She was readying herself for something important in her life and needed some reassurance. So she turned to the lunar god itself. It demanded she be fully cleansed. Why? Simply so that she may begin the chapter with clear conscience. More than that, I cannot say, privacy and such. That's fine, thanks for explaining. Either way, I'm sure you didn't come here just to spy on me and the paintings. His comment makes me smile. Maybe I did. If I could see his eyebrows, the tone in his voice suggests they'd be raised right now. I guess you're right, though. I'm in need of advice. A pause. My star, nothing pleases me more than knowing you feel comfortable enough to come here for help. Sirius comes closer, and for the first time I take notice of his height compared to mine. He's got to be at least a full head taller. What can I do for you? I hesitate, unsure what he really should be trusted, or whether he should really be trusted or not. Definitely not. That's just a feeling I'm getting. I'm looking for something. The lunar ichor, to be specific. Something in his demeanor shifts when he hears this. You're sure? Quite sure. That's quite the task. What do you need such a precious resource for? I find that I really don't appreciate him sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. Oh, I see. Fractum anema. I thought that illness had very well vanished from this world. His words startle me as he instantly stares up at his face. What is that? What is fractum anema? Is that like some actual disease that you can actually get, or is this just this in this world disease? Because I don't know. I'm silly poo-poo brain. I don't know anything. Oh, whoops. The only better way to ensure he's telling... Oh, sorry, I was reading it in his voice. The only way to ensure he's telling the truth is he actually knows what he's talking about. But I see nothing, of course, only the intricate embossing in the metal surface. He knows the name of my illness. Wasn't expecting that. How do you know? I've encountered it before, though it remains exceedingly rare. As is the cure, of course. I assume you've asked around and seen for yourself? The weight of the situation returns to me as my chest feels like it's being crushed. I know. I feel him placing his hand on my head to give it a gentle pat, a compassionate gesture. Then that same hand trails to... Whoa, hey. Safe word. Then that same hand trails down to cut my cheek over the masked surface. The sudden intimacy of the gesture makes me jolt. My star. What if I told you there might be another way? Join my cult and be my first human sacrifice. All the pain will go away. I feel my hand twitch, then I curl into a fist. Impossible. I wouldn't be so sure. The lunar god is benevolent, wondrous being. Goosebumps rumble all over my skin, and my heart leaps into my throat. It's too good to be true. It has to be. There is no conceivable way he could have the answers right here, on a silver platter. Everything about this situation is making the alarm bells go off in my head. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Oh. Instead of cutting Sirius off, I wait for him to elaborate. Sirius's other hand captures my other cheek, so my head is cradled in his embrace as his voice drops an octave. You're shivering. I don't like it. I don't like. Oh, okay. I'm scared. Time around us seems to come to a standstill. Well, maybe Dougal likes it. I don't know, but from the... Hold on, this is a lot. Let me prepare. I don't have the cure here, not yet, but I want to help you. I see how brightly you shine and how much you want to overcome this. I could never turn a blind eye to the kind of hunger for life. Will you let me help you, Dougal? Oh. My only option is yes, and yes. So, yes. Am I dreaming? Please. I'll take any help I can get. Oh, gosh, this is not gonna go well. I'm still in disbelief. Yeah, you should be. My mind is overcome with a sudden wave of confusion. I need to know the details. But he's been so kind to me. Well, that's his job. Okay. I have a hard time doubting the validity of his claims. Yeah, I would too. Sirius readjusts his gloves with a practiced movement. I'll need a bit of time. Getting a hold of the substance is no easy feat. The disappointment in his tone is obvious, and I believe him. Even with someone with more influence, there's bound to be obstacles in the way. How will you get a hold of them? Have you ever heard of the lunar god's healing powers, my star? He turns to face the giant statue surrounded by the candles and motions for me to follow. I have. Don't worry, Dougal. All you have to do is get on your knees and... And how much do you know about it? As we both come to a halt, heads tilted up to get a full view of the statue and its surroundings, I respond with silence. Long ago, it was said that the priests were able to receive a sample of the blood that flows in these higher beings' veins to save their people. That is the ichor that we know of today, pure, concentrated life force infused with their powers, in this case, healing powers. But there is no reliable way to get a hold of it these days. I held my breath. That being said, this blood had once been taken and thoroughly analyzed by a man who then went into hiding. Rumor goes that he left all his notes behind after passing away. Suddenly, his explanation starts to make sense. You're saying you could find these notes and replicate the composition, of real lunar ichor. Precisely. My mind goes into overdrive. How could this be the first time I've heard of it? I have to rein myself in before I get carried away. Sounds pretty illegal to me. Where do you know all of this? Sirius smiles wide. This is a man who went by the name of Nexus, and he was a fellow priest from this very church. I hope you know just how difficult you're making it for me to believe you. It's just not possible. Please rein your expectations, Google. I think I did say Google. As he uses my name, the timbre of his voice turns serious once more. I did not know him well. Few people did. He was a reserved person with not much to his name. Finding his residence, or wherever he may have hid his secrets, is bound to be a difficult task, and I'll need all the help I can get. And even once we find these notes, there is no guarantee we'll be able to replicate it with the information we have, nor that someone will do it. The knot returns to my throat, but I have more to cling onto than when I first arrived. Well, better to try than do nothing at all. Indeed. Something grabs a hold of me. Determination. Unlike any I've ever felt before. You are filled with determination. hope soothing my heart. Even if it's just for a little bit, I can't quite let my guard down fully. But this is the first step. Eventually, we fall into silence as we stare back up at the statue. Just checking, but it's not as easy as you're just saying pretty please and then having the ichor appear before us. He chuckles. Unlikely, but if you'd like to offer a prayer, that will always be encouraged. I contemplate the idea. I mean, we're here. I mean, we're in deep now. We might as well go full force. It can't hurt. But I'm not sure how to. I don't know any lunar prayers. Allow me to guide you, my star. I nod. His shadowy mask turns away, lips set into a neutral line. Oh. On your knees. The unusual warmth in his voice is completely stripped from his command, and I very quickly realize that this must be the mindset he was in earlier when he helped cleanse the other woman. For now, I obey. Shoulders straight, hands together. The words are efficient and utterly no nonsense. It's easy to tell he's done this a million times. Chin up, Dougal. Do not hide your face from the lunar god. Expose your emotions. I feel vulnerable in this moment. I mean, you could literally just right in the throat and just destroy me. Very naked and very powerless in front of this higher being. It's almost a tad embarrassing. I don't recall ever feeling like this while praying, but maybe it's because of the position or because Sirius is behind. He's right behind me, isn't he? Giving me these orders. The only thing keeping me somewhat comfortable is the mask. You're almost there. Oh, I thought he was going to say, take off your mask. Simply repeat after me, my star. I don't know if he puts his hands together as well. I don't dare to look back, but he begins a short prayer, speaking solemnly and clearly. I repeat the words after him, again and again. We fall into a trance with that. I hope that my pleas reach the moon. Finally, it's over. I take a moment to regain awareness of my surroundings and raise my head. You did very good. I'm certain your prayers will be heard. He smiles patiently as I rise up from my kneeling position and stretch out. I hope so. Try to believe in yourself a little more. No such pleas could fall on deaf ears. I need to turn that down. Okay. Anyways, I've got my doubts about that. But still, I appreciate your guidance. Okay. I'm about to ask if this is how the prayers usually go when the echo of the doors creaking resonates through the church. New visitors begin filtering in, and the spell is broken. My inner clock tells me it's time to head back. Thank you for today. I'll come back tomorrow so we can start searching. By all means do. I'll do my utmost to find any leads and let you know if there's anything to work with. We share a quiet smile. Get home safe, Dougal. I don't have a home. Huh. Anyway, sorry. I discovered a new thing. I leave the church and step outside, right back into the darkness. On my way back to the Leaping Bear, I stop at the food stall for some hearty potato soup and allow myself to take a bit of a time to relax. I don't think I'll ever truly get used to not seeing the sun, but I'm starting to warm up to the underground as a whole. Halfway through another sip, I think back on what happened at the church. I like that answer. The strange gut feeling never leaves me. Fanatical priests aren't unheard of, and their a fair share who would do anything to spread the word of their religion. But Sirius never struck me as that kind of priest. So why now? I'm sure that's what the little boy said at the Catholic Church. Either way, I need to come to terms with what happened. I have to work hard while I'm here. After loitering around for just a bit longer, I pay for my soup and begin my long detour back. Passing through the marketplace so many times means that I've started becoming a familiar face, and that in turn I recognize some of the owners. Still looking? Unfortunately, yes. I'll keep my eyes peeled for you. The owner of the bookstall nods in my direction, and I know without a doubt he will. Like many others setting up shop here, he can be a treasure trove of rumors and information. Say, could I ask you something? Depends on what it is. Have you heard of the priest going by the name of Nexus? The shopkeeper falls silent in thought and drums his fingers on the surface of the wooden display table. Can't say I have. Why? Heard he passed. I keep my intentions vague, and he notices and he doesn't press it. Not exactly an uncommon occurrence around these parts. Thanks anyway. Okay, you're useless. Get out of here. Today's search is unsuccessful yet again, but I don't let it bother me. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, you did talk to somebody and he was like, I'll help you out if you'll get on your knees, princess. After all, I have Sirius's lead. Just as I'm about to turn back towards the inn, narrowly dodge bumping square into someone's chest. Fancy looking stranger. Oh. I bow my head in apology, but the stranger fumbles back distraught. Oh, no. Wait, sorry, hold on. Whoa. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I hope I didn't startle you. All good here. Are you okay? Please don't worry about me. I should be apologizing instead. I'm not sure how to feel about the sudden outbursts when I take in their appearance. I instantly know it's one of a noble's sons from the surface. His skin sports a rich sun-kissed glow and almost makes me envious. The high quality of the suit. Do I have a skin condition or something? Is that what it is? Or am I just thinking too much and the touch starved? The high quality of the suit's fabric and elaborate pieces of jewelry don't lie either. They're selected with obvious care and attention to the outfit as a whole. Even the mask is perfectly coordinated with the rest of the suit. That's not necessary. That's not necessarily. I'm fine. Look. I held my hands up to show no harm was done. Oh, I sure am glad. I hope we'll meet again. If you don't mind me saying, you are a very kind person. Dude, you just bumped. The person takes my hand and brings their lips to it, an old-fashioned custom at this point. I'm surprised to see anybody still doing this thing. Thanks. There's really no need for this, but thank you. My pleasure. At first glance, he's easily frightened sort. I'm not sure how much of that is genuine. Please, take care, and allow me to make up for this someday. Chill out, brother. We're on a busy street. The person quickly excuses themselves, and I'm left baffled. The underground truly is a strange place. It's a testament to how many different people congregate down here. But you never really know who you're talking to after all. I shake the thoughts from my head and finally find my way back to my room, and where my bed welcomes me after a strange day out. It's funny how familiar this inn room has become, too. Even seeing Rufus's face and his bloody weapon every day has become something of a comfort. I'm sure that eventually the church will feel the same. We're back. The same church is empty the next day I step inside. There's nothing but echoes of the own calls for Sirius and the flicker of candles around the statue. For a while, I simply wait in front of the altar. 5 minutes turn into 10, which turn into 20. At this point, I'm pacing around the candles, wondering where he is. Didn't he say he might have some information today? Curiosity and boredom take me to the back of the church where I've seen ornate doorways lead to who knows where. Maybe they're in his chambers. Huh? The answers? That's when I hear it. Muffled shouts. Oh god. Sorry. The left door is slightly ajar and I peek past it discreetly as I can muster. I finally catch a glimpse of Sirius, and he's not alone. Dude, okay, he's got somebody chained up down here. What did I say? Hold on. Oh god. No. Oh, and I just stepped on my... I'm sorry, Brad. I'm sorry, Sleepy. Okay. I got it. We're good. It's okay. Okay. My neck and my back. Okay. There's a strange tension in the air, one far more prominent than yesterday, and it dawns upon me as I lean further against the wall that he's genuinely angry. The usual smooth, silken tone of his voice is raised towards the person in front of him. I don't know who it is, but they have their hands raised defensively, and their own words come out with much difficulty. Do better, I promise. Please, just give me more time. Just give me time. That is not good enough. The venomous hiss makes me jump, and I never expected to hear this kind of anger coming from the priest of all people, and on holy grounds, no less. I can speed up the process. Not anymore. They'll be on to me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Show me that you're sorry. A shiver runs down my spine. What is happening right now? Sirius expectantly hands the person in front of him something that gleams in the candlelight, pale and deathly. It's a blade. My body immediately tenses at the sight. Sorry, dude, I'm salivating. My body immediately tenses at the sight and my heartbeat skyrockets. I have to do something. Is this going to be a quick time event where I have to... Is it even safe to interfere? I'm probably going to have to... Shit, what do I do? I'm going to confront him after he leaves. Because... Listen, hear me out. I'm too paralyzed by the sight in front of me. How could this be happening? Okay, hopefully he doesn't kill the person, or else I'm gonna feel really bad. The person now wielding the knife holds it in their hands as they would a precious jewel, then looks up at Sirius. Their voice trembles. Right there? Mm-hmm. No, you're right. In front of the statue would be more fitting setting for this. Shall we? Yes, by all means. In my panic, I try to shuffle back noiselessly, but one of my steps nearly fumbles, allowing the cracking sound to echo freely between the walls. Who's there? Is it too late to run? Would they find... Just as I'm about to make a run for it, a hand clutches into the fabric of my robe. Hard. Never seen this person before. No matter how much I struggle, there's no time. In just a few seconds, I'm face to face with Sirius himself. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he's stunned to see me. He nods once in the other person's direction, who proceeds to drag me through the doorway and unceremoniously toss me into the room. Dougal. Sirius' voice turns back to... Oh, okay. Well, Dougal. Turns back to the warm, comforting one I've always heard. But right now, I don't know if I trust it. You shouldn't be here, my star. I'm simply taking care of some sensitive matters. Dude, I'm joking. Yeah, you have to understand. Sensitive matters, really? You gave him a knife. One that he was going to use on himself. On himself? He pauses. I think you have the wrong idea. What I gave him was not a weapon, but a ritual dagger. One used in elaborate dances and rituals of repentance. I'm left utterly speechless. Okay. I stare at Sirius, then back at him, at the trembling person. When I asked them if it's true, they nod. Well, of course they're not. I mean, why would they lie in front of him? Like, they're gonna get killed. I think I should leave. I think you're staying right where you are. You need to leave. When I gaze back up at the priest, he's smiling in a way that gives me chills. Leave for now. Well, we'll continue this later. He dismisses the shivering person without so much of a glance in their direction. They immediately obey and scuffle off. Then the door shuts behind us, and when I ask why Sirius is locking it, he gives me no answer. He tucks the key away in his pocket, and with that, there's no way out. When I refuse to look up at him, his fingers grasp my chin with surprising strength and force me to meet his masked gaze. Do you make a habit of snooping around and eavesdropping like this? Usually I don't have to. But then I heard shouting. You poor thing. His smile twists cruelly. Cruelly, Jesus. I did keep you waiting for quite a while. Did you miss me? I'm not sure what's making my heart race faster right now. The adrenaline or the fact that he's so close. No matter. I'm going to teach you some... Oh, God. Okay. Pumpkin. I need you right now. I'm going to teach you some manners. Listening in on an important conversation is very... I'm sorry, Pax. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go back to sleep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm overwhelmed. I'm going to teach you some manners. Listening in on important conversations is very, very naughty. He steps even closer, completely suffocating me with his presence. Have you ever been punished before, my star? What? Punishment? Yes, I'll think of something adequate for a little eavesdropper like you. Of course, since it is your first infraction, I'll go easy on you, but penance is of utmost importance down here, and I think you'd best keep that soul of yours unblemished. Why? Why is this happening? What? Hush, little star. As much as I enjoy the sound of your voice, you really do talk too much. He takes a step back, finally allowing me a bit of personal space, and he immediately turns around and makes his way to the minimalist wooden shelves in the corner. Dude, it's gonna be a whip. It's gonna be a whip. It's gonna be a whip. Whips and chains. There's barely anything in here, save for sleeping arrangements and some storage in his shelves. On the other hand, are crammed full of jewelry, books, and small, neatly labeled vials. It's the vials he's aiming for. Whoa, wait. It's the vials he's aiming for as long as it reaches out to brush over one of their corks. I'm wary of his every move. Well, yeah, you should be. Did you get him start banging on the door? Let me out! And when Sirius is back in front of me, two of the mysterious vials in hand, I tense up. I'm aware of the situation may have you a little on edge, but I need you to trust me, or to trust that this is for your own good. His expression falls in that moment. I wish I could see his eyes. What would I find if I looked deep within? But the more I think about it, the less I understand. Please. Oh, sorry, that was... Please. For the first time I hear him beg me. It's completely alien feeling. What do you have there? I try my hardest to keep my voice neutral as I ask. Sirius pops one of the vials open with nimble fingers, releasing a sudden waft of strong honey-like aroma. Cloyingly, golly, sweet, almost coating the back of my throat from the smell alone. Oh my gosh, it's so warm where you were laying. It's like a personal foot heater. I think we're staring at each other now. The intensity of it makes my hair stand on end. Raise your mask. Oh. Raise your mask and open your mouth. Really curious to see what he does if I don't do it. Oh, Dougal! Oh my gosh, Dougal! No freaking way, man. When he sees I offer no further answers, his fingers grasp my face and tear the lower segment off my face. Sorry. I'm getting a little too out of myself. And tear the lower segment of my mask off. The hinges are ruined, remains of it lying forgotten on the floor as I stumble back. Before I know it, my lips are pried open with strong but controlled force. When I try to bite down, the vial is jammed carelessly between my teeth, allowing the liquid inside to pool over my tongue. The glass is solid enough to stop my bite, but I'm left with pain blooming in my whole mouth and a few tiny shards of glass resting on my tongue, almost as a warning. The nectar is just as thick as the initial smell, but now that it turns over my taste buds, I'm overwhelmed by flowery syrup aftertaste. I feel it sticking to my lips like a glaze, and when he continues pouring, it trickles down my chin. It doesn't taste bad, but something feels off. As the liquid settles in my stomach, I feel strangely aware of everything. Dude, I'm tripping. The way my nails scrape over the skin of my palm, the way my chest expands with every new breath, the fragrance of incense and how it clouds my mind. I promise you, it's just temporary. He speaks in a soothing, measured way. What's temporary? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go back. I want to go back. Can I go back? Can I go back? Can I go back? Okay, I can't. I guess in a minute. Lord have mercy. No, I'm actually really interested. Sierra's hands rest on my shoulder, and while I feel every single digit through the cloth, the sensation of him trailing those nasty fingers, down the length of my arm should just elicit a small shiver. Instead, it feels like a sharp, cold wave that borders on actual pain, taking me entirely off guard. My breath catches in my throat, and even that feels like an overload of sensation, like claws digging around my lungs. There's an affection lingering. Wait. There's an affection lingering under a cruel curve of his lips, and it takes everything in my power to not make any sudden moves. Now, the sooner you complete the task, the better. You'll see. It's not too difficult, and the lunar god will be very pleased with you. He's taking his time, walking in slow circles around me, observing me. You're going to do so wonderfully. I notice amidst my panic that the second vial in his hand contains uncooked rice, but why? His thumb presses the cork off the top, and with a tilt of the wrist, he empties the contents of the vial, showering the wooden floors in pale grains. I'm gonna have to pick up the rice. I hate that I feel afraid to ask what it's for. Knees. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to kneel on the rice. It's like stepping on Legos with freaking heightened sense. I'm gonna experience phantom pain from this. He whispers, and I know it's not an order. Oh, wait, he whispers, knees. I did not like the way I just said that. I don't know what came over me. He whispers, and I know it's not an order that I can defy. But a moment my knees reach the floor, the rice digs into my skin, and I instantly understand. My legs feel like they're on fire. The individual grains push further into my knees, and with a muffled curse, I try adjusting my position. What the fuck is this? Just as I shift and look up, the side of Sirius holding another leather flogger. A flogger! That's what those things are called, a flogger. Makes me release a strangled sound. I don't know what I was capable of making. No. I don't like this. Easy there, easy. You're going to do it yourself, so it won't be as bad. After all, you're the one who must repent. I take a deep, careful breath. What if I refuse? Sirius chuckles, but it's a devoid of warmth. Then I suppose I'll have to take matters into my own hands, Can't have my little star ruining her chances. This is crazy. I'm here for the plot. So we're having him do it. Like, that's only right. Confusion shrouds my mind. I'm reluctant to even touch the flogger with how overwhelmed my sensation. What? With how overwhelmed my sensation I am. Golly! Overwhelmed by sensation I am. God. I grip my teeth which sends another fresh wave of pain through my jaw. I can't do it. Feels wrong. Why are you doing this? Sirius sighs with it, then smiles once more. Well, I suppose I'll just have to show you. Hello? He handles the flogger with experienced grip. And it doesn't take a genius to see he's done this plenty of times before. Man. Okay. All I can do is stare at the tail swaying around and prepare myself for the impact. We'll start with 10. I close my eyes. But no amount of deep breaths and mental preparation ready me for impact between my shoulder blades. My vision goes white as mind-shattering pain explodes all over my back. It's unlike anything I've felt before. It takes everything in me not to scream. The next hit comes sooner than expected, just a few centimeters lower, enough to revive the previous surge of pain. Alongside that, the rice continues to dig further into my knees. This time I scream. Perfect. Suffering for your wrongs and completely letting go. What a wonderful sight. God, Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. Another 2 hits of the flogger make me choke back sobs. I'm so proud of you. He murmurs a few words in a language I don't understand under his breath, giving me a moment to curl up and brace myself for the next hit. But Sirius isn't having it. Sit up, Dougal. When I refuse to budge, still trembling and aftershocks of pain, his fingers hook into the collar of my cloak and tug. They pull up further and further, and before long I'm gasping for air and clawing at his hands. Help me. Sirius, I said, sit up. My struggles only serves to please him further. At this point, I'm desperate for all of it to stop. I nod and fight through the sensation until he releases my cloak, after which I fall back to my previous position on my knees. Everything aches deeply. There's 6 more to go. I can make it through. Just need a bit longer. Pumpkin! 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 But the next hit comes far too soon. I'm screaming again. Okay, so I understand why. Okay, I did not think it was gonna go this far. I mean, I guess I should have taken a hint when it said, you know, pick a safe word. Sorry, the whole other train of thought. The next hit comes far too soon. I'm screaming again, the force of it resonating in my vocal cords. Each individual tail's flick leaves trails of fire searing across my back. As the flogger traces a figure 8 across my skin, my throat tightens up. Please, God. I feel warm tears dripping down my face. He takes a deep, satisfied breath. Pumpkin. That's it. God, I can't. I have to take a lap. Beg for forgiveness. By the time I receive the final hit, my vision goes blurry and I realize my senses are dulling again. A pleasant numbness washes over me. We're done? Are we done? Are we done? Darkness quickly engulfs my senses. I'm not cautious long enough to realize that my body has already collapsed to the floor. By the time I come to, I'm surrounded by the smell of cotton and feel something warm and soft on my arm. What is happening? Where am I? It's just the right lukewarm temperature, something like a damp cloth gently dabbing away the sweat and the grime on my skin. I keep my eyes closed, fearing it might stop if I happen to open my eyes. The cloth is removed and I hear the sound of water dripping. When the sensation returns to my other arm, I almost exhale in relief. It feels so comforting and I'm tempted to drift off again. It's when the cloth runs up the side of my neck that my breath hitches. Are you awake, little star? Darn. I decide not to respond. His thumb crawls up the rest of... Wait. Stop. Okay, hold on. His thumb crawls up the rest over the edge of my ear, and with deliberate, slow, ghostly touch, runs around the shell until he reaches the lobe and gives it a pinch and makes something inside me tingle. Your body is betraying you. Open your eyes, Dougal. Talk about playing dirty. I shift on the mattress underneath me. Do all priests make a habit to fondle their visitors during their sleep? Mouthy from the moment you awake, I see. I bite back a response and take a moment to reassess my situation. The effects of the servant have long since worn off, though I'm left with little sensitivities sparking up here and there. Do you want some water? His sudden kindness surprised me this time, and I nod in response. I hadn't realized how parched I really am. Wait here. Sirius quickly makes his way out of the room, leaving me alone and disoriented. I need time to organize my thoughts. Yeah, we need to run it back. I just experienced some BDSM shit in the basement of a church. So, you know, what's new? About that punishment, for example. After all, I know for certain what kind of person Cirrus is. I need to deal with this to get to the anchor, the ichor. The structure of the ritual was comforting. It was very enjoyable to me. I think this fool's lying about knowing what the ichor is, to be honest with you. I really do. So not the first one. The structure of the ritual was comforting. Didn't know. No, I wouldn't say that. I would not say that. But I also wouldn't say it was very enjoyable. So I'm out of options here. So I guess I'm going with the first option. I don't have a choice in this. Well, we do, but it's okay. It's a disgusting situation I found myself in, and there's no chance of wiggling myself out of it now. Not when it's my only lead. I don't care what I have to go through, as long as I think we should have some limitations of what we need to go through in order to get this. Like, is my disease really this bad? Is my little issue bad enough to endure this? I don't know. I don't care what I have to go through as long as I make it out alive and a fractum free. What? Fractum, what was it called? Fractum what? Man, I don't know. This mad priest won't break me. And I'll make sure of it. I lower my hood while he's gone, allowing myself just a little freedom to move. I'm tempted to remove my mask, but it doesn't feel like the right time. I mean, girl, we might as well. I can't show Cirrus more of my face. My head is still swimming as more questions continue to pop one after the other. I doubt that all followers of the lunar god engage in this kind of behavior, unless the underground is far bit kickier than I anticipated. Yeah, actually, not very surprising. Yeah, I mean, we're essentially in the black market. Okay, IRL black market. But that still begs the question of why Cirrus is having me undergo this. Personal satisfaction? Satisfaction? A genuine desire to follow some obscure commandments and questionable morals. Before I can come to any kind of conclusion, he heads back with a tray carrying a pitcher of fresh water and what looks like chocolate? Correct. He hands me a little tray and I inspect the contents. This better not be spiked again. It won't be unless you give me a reason to, little star. I'm not sure if he's joking or not. Reassuring. I take a swig of water, letting it soothe the back of my throat before I reach for the square of chocolate. It's dark with an uneven surface. When I bite into it, I'm surprised by the hint of lavender and black tea that melts into my mouth. Little grains are spread throughout the chocolate, and with each bite, they release a burst of flavor. Volunteers sometimes come and help with food, and on good days, there's leftovers. Could get used to this. No, we couldn't. We sit in silence for a while until I set the platter aside and shuffle into a better position against the headboard. How is your back feeling? It's okay. No thanks to you, of course. I'm having a hard time gauging his reaction. Then his lips tug into another calmer smile. It's my duty to make sure you're all right. That being said, I have a question for you. Do you need any more aftercare, Dougal? What? Huh? I want a hug. Okay, the options are I want a hug, I want a warm drink, I want a warm drink instead of water, I want to be left alone for a bit, I want an extra blanket, I'm fine. I mean, obviously I'm curious about what the I want a hug is about. If they'll actually do it, so I'm gonna click that one. I think I deserve one. Silence follows, but surprisingly, Sirius complies and seats himself on the edge of the mattress. When I reach my arms for him, he reciprocates, and I find myself leaning and resting my forehead on his shoulder, while his gloved hand rubs soothing circles across my back. The scent of cotton seems to come from him, surprisingly gentle one, mingling with the incense of a candle smoke that I've now grown so accustomed to. It's a strange feeling, being so physically close to someone you're not entirely sure you trust. But as we share bodily heat and feel his hard... Sorry, what? And feel the hard planes of his body against mine, I find myself lowering my guard. Eventually our heartbeats match. All throughout our embrace, I never turned to look at him. I don't know what would happen if I did. We stayed like this for a while. Didn't think you were one for hugs. People need physical touch. It's essential to our well-being. I don't think there's any shame in indulging in that. He sure loves the roundabout answers. After a few more seconds, I let go. Do you need anything else? I can go down the list. Can I go down the list, though? I want a warm drink. It's chilly in here. I see. I'll go fetch you something. He's gone for a while again, allowing me even more time to wonder as to why he's being this kind. I can't forget his expression just a while ago. I don't think I ever will. When Sirius comes back with a mug of tea. Oh. Okay, I sip in silence. I usually take mine with honey, but this time I'm grateful he's chosen not to add any. I don't think I'd be able to stomach it just yet. At least I feel warm. Oh my gosh. At least I feel it warm me. Oh my lord. At least I feel it warm me from the inside, and my muscles relax for the first time in a while. Better? Yeah. And what a blankie. I'm feeling very cold. That would make sense. The church is very well isolated from the outside. He stands up and makes his way to this simple wooden dresser drawer and picks out a neatly folded blanket from the bottom drawer. Then long fingers unfold it to reveal a beautifully patterned indigo-colored quilt. He drapes it across my shoulders, surrounding me with warmth and gentle and pillowy softness. Is this okay? Oh, sorry. Is this okay? Take it up one octave. His whimper, hold on, pause. Damn. His whisper makes me hesitant to answer. He's witnessing me at my most vulnerable, and I know... Golly. He's witnessing me at my most vulnerable, and I know that eventually I'll be that much harder to keep my guard up. Yeah. This is good. I need to be alone. He seems hesitant. Alright, if I come back in half an hour, does that sound acceptable? 45 minutes. Very well. The sound of the door shutting makes my shoulders slump lightly in relief. The mask comes off as my gloves and the rest of my cloak. It's perfectly opportunity to last and regain my footing. My body still feels incredibly stiff, but with each stretch I feel it loosening and gradually become more responsive. When I realize I still have a bit of time, I close my eyes and meditate. A wave of calm settles over my mind, and with that I know I made the right choice. That's my gosh, Pax. That same calm persists even when he comes back. Before I forget, my star, I've got some news regarding the notes. This makes me sit up straighter. And did I put my clothes back on? Did I put my mask back on? Really? I did. Indeed, I'll be sending out someone tomorrow, and if it goes well, they'll be back with positive news. Can't we just go there ourselves? I'm not sure that's a good idea. Why? I think you should head home for the day. His words leave me confused. Sorry. His words leave me confused. Why did his mood change so suddenly? Maybe I should. His curt demeanor kind of stings, though I'm unsure if it's because he's withholding information or because he's kicking me out. While I get up and ensure, yeah, you're gonna freaking flog me and then kick me out? What the hell? Sirius waits in tense silence, but I want answers. So when are you going to be honest with me? His lips pull into a thin line, clearly not in the mood for questions. I have not been honest with me whatsoever, Sirius. I'm trusting you with my life here, but you can't even be asked to give me a straight answer. Irrational starts to fuel my words. Irritation, sorry. No, instead of that, you're just pulling me along whatever way you like, without any consideration. Just when I'm about to say more, he turns to me completely with a trace of annoyance vanished. You're not ready for the honest truth. His words feel like a slap across the face. What? There's so much more at play here than you realize, Dougal, and you know nothing of it. Someone who's been here for a little time couldn't possibly hope to understand yet. My mind is racing. There's so many words I want to hurl back at him, but none of them come out. Instead, I take a deep breath. You're full of shit. Go home. We'll talk once you've calmed down. Yeah, Pat? Okay, he's not coming over here. He unlocks the door for me, and I don't waste a second before storming out. I'm tired. A part of me wants to run and never see him again, thinking maybe it'll be easier on my own. But I'm stubborn, and I'll do everything to get what I want. Eventually, Sirius will understand that. Chapter 1. Save. Okay. I don't know. I could probably play this all night at this point. So, real quick run check. Let's see where they're at with this. We've got game capture on, so that shouldn't pop up when I open this. Hopefully that doesn't pop up. You know what, just in case, let's do a little face cam time. Little face cam. What? Well, I'm not patient. Chapter 1, neutral end. You won't give up. Oh. Wait. Wait, what? Hold on. So I'm curious as to stay tuned. Huh? There's other options? Oh, wait, I can do all of them? I didn't even know there was other people. What? So that was only one? That was good, though. So the other ones are going to be the others, are the other people. Here are my achievements. Okay. Oh, wow. So I wonder how I get to the other parts. And question is do I do them now? Do I do them now or not?